Hey, my friend, it's Melanie Ferguson, your host of Creatives on Fire, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to create a profitable six-figure following online. So turn it up and listen in to amazing stories of success, along with behind-the-scenes secrets and valuable tips from, you guessed it, Creatives on Fire. Hey, my sweet friend, Melanie here. I have a couple of questions for you. I want to ask you if you are struggling at all with overwhelm, feeling like you need to be in a million places, not having enough time. Maybe you struggle with feeling like you're not good enough. Or who am I? Who am I to be sharing this with my audience? That imposter syndrome that a lot of us struggle with. What about just knowing what the next step is you should take in your business? Does any of this resonate with you? If so, I'd love to invite you to Creatives on Fire Insiders. This is an amazing group of creatives who are finding success and growing their businesses together. It's designed to stop the overwhelm, to build your confidence, and to guide you through the next steps you should take in your business. A lot of our focus inside is on video and live video specifically, how to get good at it, how to really capitalize on the time that we spend in our businesses. If this sounds like anything that interests you, come spend some time with us, because let's face it, who you spend your time with matters. Check us out at creativesonfireinsiders.com. We'll see you there. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, I have the honor of introducing you all to Miss Barb Lewis of the Shabby Tree. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. She has grown an amazing following from scratch. Like, we're talking 0 to over 1 million followers and fans. Barb, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Melanie, thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I love everything you do, and I'm kind of honored for you to ask me to join your podcast.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's just jump right in because I just have a bajillion questions for you.
Go for it.
All right. So let me ask you, what worked best for you at the very beginning when you were growing it to the first, say, 100,000 followers?
Oh, man. I didn't really know anything that was going to work best. I just started it from home. I mean, I got on live. We had like 10 viewers, and we just went from there, and it just kept on building. It was hard, but the whole trick of it was to force yourself to go live. So I just started the business, the Shabby Tree. And I knew I had to go live in order to get the interaction. So the main thing for me was to realize what was going to work was the live interaction. You just got to go for it and you got to do it. It's scary and it's hard, but that's what works. So it was going live almost every day.
Gotcha. So you started the Shabby Tree. I know not everybody knows your story, but you started the Shabby Tree after your kids were grown, and it was a passion of yours you'd had forever. You have a little booth there in your hometown, and now you are just this mogul online. And so just for all the listeners who aren't familiar with Barb, we're talking mostly about Facebook, right?
Yes. Yeah. Facebook's my main thing.
Okay. So tell us a little bit, walk us through the live. So you went live for the first time, it worked, and how did it progress from there?
Well, actually, yeah, when I went live, I mean, Melanie, it was like 10 viewers. It was like 10 viewers. But as those viewers got to know me and then they start sharing the videos and everything, we just kept getting more and more interaction. And it's just about the main thing's just having fun, getting to know everybody, a lot of chit chatting going on, and then showing them just ways to create crafts. A lot of it's just creating stuff on a budget and then decorating your home. And as the followers begin to what we'll call it sprinkle, but spread your videos, then you just start getting more followers, and it just goes from there. But as you keep going more at live more, then Facebook's just going to keep spreading your videos out there, and you just keep picking up more people. But it really does. You just get to know them, and it just creates one big family.
I love the concept of family. So, Barb, was there a proven system that you followed of someone else's, or was there a secret formula, or how did you make this work? Was it just luck?
Um, well, I do say it's luck, but I don't know. I feel too, COVID hit and everybody was home. So the more I went live, the more followers you were picking up. People were stuck in their homes and they were struggling and everything. So it seems like everybody was going online, and I feel like that really helped me with everybody being in their home and just getting on that computer, and they were bored and they wanted to craft, and we were using items that you can find in your home. I mean, we were using boxes from cereal boxes and all that kind of stuff, and just using stuff they can find in their home because they couldn't leave their home. So it just kind of grew and took off a lot faster than I could have ever expected. It just did. I never expected it to do what it has done.
So, knowing that you didn't expect this, what in the beginning motivated you? How did you decide to keep going when it was hard to go live every day?
Well, there's a lot of people out there that love the live interaction, and I really do it for them. I mean, they look forward to the everyday interaction, doing the crafts, decorating their home. There's just a lot of people that are going through a lot right now, and they just are looking for somebody. So for them to send me messages in the PMs and everything, and to read their stories and their messages, and to say that you're helping them and you're making a difference in their lives is just really the thing that gets me up every day and wants me to keep on doing it.
Got it. So, you went live though, Barb, more than once a day. At the beginning, are you still going live multiple times a day, or how did that come about, and how did that work for you?
Um, well, when I wouldn't go live one day, we would get messages and everybody would be like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" So I jump on. I mean, I don't know if there's a day I've missed going live. I am live every day. Now, if people say, I haven't seen you in a few days, that's just because of the algorithm and Facebook's not sending it out there. But I'm there. There's not a day I'm not live, and I am pretty much live a few times a day. I usually will do a morning greet, and then we do a craft in the afternoon. It's just people are on all different times throughout the day. So I try to jump live throughout different times of the day.
And do you think that that had a big play in your success, was being live multiple times a day versus just every once in a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the live video is a big key. I'm just gonna tell everybody out there, if you're struggling and you're trying to get your business to grow, I'm just gonna tell you, you have to go live. You have to. That's what's gonna do it for you. It's the live interaction. They love it. They want that. Now, I'm not gonna say one-on-one conversation, but they want you talking to them during the live video.
Gotcha. I agree. I agree. They really, really appreciate it. And a lot of them are homebound, and this is it for them. Let me ask you, let me dive a little deeper into the live aspect. So we're going to go down that road. What do you feel like differentiated you from all the other people going live? What did you specifically do, if anything, during your live video that really helped you grow?
I don't know if there's any particular thing or if I'm doing anything different than anybody. They do they want to get to know you. So I do interact my family and all of that. So the Shabby Tree's like my business aspect of it has grown. I've got employees and my family's involved in it. So it's not always just about me. They like to get to know everything about the Shabby Tree. So they get to interact with employees and my family and all that kind of stuff. And I think it makes them feel more part of something. They're more part of the Shabby Tree than just getting on and doing a craft. They actually know the whole Shabby Tree. And it's amazing. The more you'll go live, your followers get to know each other and they talk to each other on the live. And it's very hard to explain, but the live interaction makes a huge difference than just a pre-recorded video. It is a big difference. So I'm going to tell everybody, you've got to try it, and you've got to go for it. It's hard and it's scary, but it gets easier as you go.
So, speaking of it being hard for us girls, sometimes we're like, I don't want to go live. I don't have my hair perfect or my makeup on. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, you just got to go for it. You just got to go for it. You got to go for it. And if there is any negativity out there, you got to ignore that. You're going to get that no matter where you go or what you do. So you just ignore that and you just go for it. And it's real life. Live video is real life. So don't worry about what you're looking like. Don't worry about if you're in the perfect setup and all of that. You want to be natural and you want to be real. Don't be fake. Don't try to make yourself beautiful. Don't try to be in the perfect room. None of that is real. That's not real life. So you want it to be real life. You want to make them feel like they can do it too. And I tell my followers, if it's a dream, go for it. You can do it. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It is a lot of work. And you know that it's a lot of work and there's nothing easy about it, but you just got to push.
Yeah. And so, speaking of making them feel special, you always make your followers feel special, Barb. So, I notice you do a lot of shout outs and giveaways. How do those work? And do you see those actually helping grow your page faster?
Yeah, the appreciation gifts are a big part of the Shabby Tree. I do it every day. I know there's a lot of negative comments about it, but there is good comments about it. I do it just because, first of all, the followers will send items for me to spread to people who are in need for items. So it's a must have for the Shabby Tree, but people that are stranded home or people that are lonely, they just like that. It's the silliest little items that we're shipping out, but just to get that happy mail, people kind of got away from even sending cards in the mail. And it's always nice to go to your mailbox, have something little in there. So it is work. It adds extra work, but it's worth every part of it. If those people are going to spend time and join me on a live video and sit there for a half hour with me, it's not that hard to whip out napkins, a card, whatever it be. It just lets you know, it's letting them know that you are appreciating their time to sit there with you. So I feel like appreciation gifts are very important, and it's just a big part of the Shabby Tree.
And you have a system for that now. I know at the beginning you were probably doing it all by yourself, but now what is your system?
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it without employees. Yes. So we do the appreciation gifts. We do them every day. So that's a big, it takes time. You've got to find the addresses, you got to pack them up, you got to ship them out. But I now have an assistant and she works with me full time and she helps me every day. And then we have a whole bunch of employees here who will help wrap up those appreciation gifts, get them out in the mail and all of that. But yeah, I couldn't do any of this by myself anymore. As the page is growing, yeah, I had to get help.
So, speaking of growing, you started out with just the page. What have you grown this Shabby Tree business into? What are your different revenue sources?
Yeah, we've expanded out. So when I first started the business page, it was only Facebook. It was only the Shabby Tree Facebook page. Then we ventured out. We do the Instagram. We're on YouTube. We do the Pinterest. We do TikTok. We're trying to get better with that. And I think that, and then we have our website, the blog, all of that. It's hard to get everything going. And my main focus, I still always focus mainly on Facebook, but I did have to venture out. Not everybody does Facebook. So yeah, we have a bunch of different revenues going.
And then the boutique.
The boutique, we have an online boutique, which is the big boutique. And then we have people who travel to try to find the Shabby Tree. So I don't have a brick and mortar shop or anything like that, but up in Dahlonega, there's a town, Dahlonega, and I just keep a booth up there that's in a big antique mall. And we just set it up pretty and they can go and they could see like a Shabby Tree t-shirt or a mug or anything like that. Sometimes my handmade crafts will be up there. That's just someone who's driving through the town and wants to stop.
What a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. No brick and mortar yet. Maybe sometime down the road in the future, but not anytime soon.
Gotcha. And so why the Shabby Tree?
That was the hardest thing. If you're going to start a business, the hardest thing is to come up with a name. That it took me a few months to come up with a name, playing around and writing. I knew tree had to be in the name because it sounds crazy and people will never understand it. But I've always been obsessed with trees my whole life. I just always liked the lights. If it wasn't a paper tree, it was a tree in the house with lights on it. And then after playing around, I love the shabby chic look. I love to decorate. I've gotten a little adventurous and done more color, but lots of creams and everything. So it just came to be known as the Shabby Tree. That's what I picked, and that's what stuck. And actually, I've liked the name since I started it, and no regrets on it.
I think it's perfect. And I think over a million people agree.
Yeah, I do love trees. Yeah.
So, Barb, where do you get all your amazing ideas?
I get asked that a lot. I don't know. And if someone's going to ask me, what I do is I just kind of, we've got storage rooms here at the warehouse. I just kind of piddle in there and try to see what we can create out of something. I try really hard to just reuse items, or a lot of times just to recycle items. People are on a budget now, especially now, and still a lot of people are still homebound right now. So we just try to come up and play around a lot of cardboard, a lot of paper, a lot of plastic bottles, all that kind of stuff, and try to turn it into something.
Do you plan that out like a week in advance or
No,
anything?
no, we do it an hour before we're going live. Sometimes I don't even have it planned out. Sometimes we'll just take the items, and a big thing I tell all the followers is just go for it and just wing it. Don't be afraid. And you're going to create something that you like. Don't worry if anyone else likes it. It's what you like, and that's all that matters. Same thing with your business. You do it the way you want to do it. And that's it.
Yep. So, what advice would you give Barb back when you didn't even have 1,000 followers? You were just getting started. What would you tell her?
Oh, Melanie, I had so much learning to do. The list could go on and on. The main thing I will tell you, I've always tried to do things myself. That's just how I've always been. You're cleaning the house or you're decorating, you just kind of all do it yourself. My thing I would tell me is when I first started is to make a plan. And I definitely would have tried to start to hire people way earlier than I did. I kind of just went with it and winged it. And there's a lot of things I did wrong that I didn't know I was doing wrong. But the main thing is, if anyone out there is even thinking of starting a business, definitely have a plan and definitely don't wait too long to hire help. That's a big key. I waited a long time to hire help, and I couldn't do it without it now. So yeah.
I love that advice. Sometimes it's just, we think it's easier just to do it ourselves, but then once it grows like yours started growing and snowballing, you wake up and realize you're tired.
Yes.
You've got to have help.
You can't do it yourself. You can't. And it's hard to find. It's going to take you a while to find the right help and reliable help, but that's why you got to start early. You got to start early if you're in the business, and if it's just starting to grow, definitely start looking now.
Yes, hire for where you want to be.
Yes. Yes.
So, what does the future of the Shabby Tree look like?
Oh, I don't know. We just go day to day. We go day to day. As it's growing, our key is we're really trying just to help more people. I never thought the Shabby Tree would turn what it has turned into. So we're now able to help families and all that kind of stuff. And that's really what my goal is. Yes, I've got to make money to pay my bills, but the main purpose of the Shabby Tree is if I can help families, that's something I never thought I was going to be able to do in my life. So for us to be able to help families for Christmas and all of that, that's pretty much the goal of the Shabby Tree. As it keeps growing, we hope to be able to help more people out there.
I love that. And what inspires you?
I don't know. It's just I think why people always like, where do you get your energy, or why are you always so happy? To be able to get up every day in the morning and do something I love. I love what I do. You have to love it for it to succeed. You really do. Don't be trying to do something for a profit or anything like that. You've got to do it because you love it. And that's what I keep telling my children. I get up every morning and I'm excited to go to work. I'm excited to create things. I'm excited to you meet new people every day. It's just happy. I don't know any other thing I would want to be doing right now than what I'm doing. And it's something that I never thought. I've always been a crafter, but to turn it into this is fun. It's fun.
I love that answer. And so it's surreal, like you never dreamed all of these things would be laid at your feet and you love it. I love that answer.
Yeah, if you love what you do, it's going to work. It's going to work and it's going to succeed.
Woo, I love that. That's a quote. Barb Lewis. So, where can we find you online, Barb?
I'm all out there. So you can find us it's just the Shabby Tree. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. It's all over.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us and sharing your insight and wisdom. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Melanie. We appreciate you too. And thanks for everything that you do.
Oh, you're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, my friend, for listening to the podcast. I'm blessed every single time you come back and listen to an episode. It's especially amazing when you share it with others on social media. So be sure to follow Creatives on Fire online. Listen, if you have not already done so, I want you to go ahead and download the 5 ideas I personally used to explode my online audience growth to a 6-figure following. You can find that at creativesonfirepodcast.com. I appreciate you, and until next time, stay inspired.